Go to Representative Phillips of Minnesota.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and to you, Ms. Freeman, Mr. Ambassador, thank you for your respective service to our country, important service at that. As you're both surely aware, the 2018 NDAA required that the Departments of Defense and State and USAID develop a joint strategy for, quote, preventing corruption in any reconstruction efforts associated with the United States contingency operations, end quote. And I feel compelled to call attention to the fact that that report was due in June of 2018, and 3 years later, we are yet to receive it. In December 2020, 20 of my colleagues joined me in sending a bipartisan letter to each of the agencies requesting that information on why the delay continues, and we are yet to receive a response. My first question is for you, Ms. Freeman. How would you characterize gains in anti-corruption, good governance, and civil society in Afghanistan, and how stable are those gains?
First off, first time I'm hearing of it, but I'm sure that that's just me. In terms of gains on to address corruption in Afghanistan, I will admit that it is a slow roll. The government has changed over several times. People have changed over several times. Where we are having a lot of success is in terms of systemic changes that then build the hardness into the system. And so things like customs improvements, one-stop shops, those kind of things are having a lot of impact, and they have a lot of impact in terms of not only reducing the corruption, but also ensuring the flow of revenue into the government where it's so badly needed in terms of revenue streams for the operations of the government. As we the other side of the other side of the coin, I think, is the civil society, and we've had a lot of success in terms of strengthening the watchdog capability within Afghanistan. People who know what to look for now, who have the capability of calling that out that they did not have before, and strengthening, the capability within the private sector, CSOs, et cetera, to have stronger systems that guard accountability. That is, in terms of financial management and accounting, oversight and whatnot. So we try to do our best to also be an example using multi-tiered monitoring and evaluation. So that they have something to look at in terms of emulation as well.
Okay, I appreciate it. I think it goes without saying that the lack of a DoD IG now looking after things moving forward is going to be terribly complicated, but I want to call attention to it. Mr. Ambassador, you've been at this for some time, it's fair to say. Express to my colleagues the changes you've seen in the Taliban over the last 20 years. How would you characterize those?
The Taliban expressed to me that they have changed while their basic principles remain, and that they had come to power unexpectedly in the 90s. They were not prepared to govern, and they did not govern well, that the government was a failure. They have said that to me in so many words. And that they've learned from that, that they don't see a military solution, and that they have to have people who know how to govern be part of the government, governing the future. Now, we're all skeptical, of course, that they may be just sugarcoating what they actually will do. Should they come to power through negotiations. Remember, in the agreement that we signed, they commit to a political resolution through negotiations. We will have to wait and see, and we have to be incentivizing them to do what they have committed to do, and also be prepared to confront them with costs should they not. And the jury's out, and we will have to see. But they do admit to things that had gone wrong the last time, including allowing extremists or terrorists such as Al-Qaeda to use their territory to attack us. They have paid a huge price for that. 19 years of war, thousands of their people killed, prisoners in Guantanamo, on the blacklist, travel very difficult for them, thousands of prisoners at home. The suffering of the people in their areas, we don't obviously pay as much attention to, because we are obviously very much committed to.
Time's
I
expired.
see I'm out of time, and we all hope they've learned. Thank you, sir.
I hope to as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.